I'm Julia.
And I'm Olivia.
And welcome to the Drive-In. This is Silver Screeners. Please enjoy the show and subscribe.
Woohoo!
Woo!
What are we doing today, Julia?
So, obviously it is June and Pride Month, and we've watched some Pride movies, and we have the movie club going on. And one of those movies for the movie club is Bottoms, which is both of us really love Bottoms. So we decided what would be a fun thing to do, like a fun movie game Pride video on. So we decided to make our own queer fight club. Olivia and I have gathered media queer characters, and we each separately have put them against the other, but we do not know who's up against who or who the other one has picked.
It's very much a randomizer, so since it was random, if any of these characters can clearly beat the other because they have powers or something like that, we're going to pretend that it's just a fight. No powers involved. It's just like they're just doing a fist fight. They cannot use their powers if they have that. Yeah, I've been excited about this.
I've been excited about this too, especially when we've started doing this thing where we cover up each other's answers, so we don't know who the other one chose.
Yeah, so some of these might be like severely like outmatched or whatever, like a very clear winner, but
should we start off?
Yeah, I'm on the top on the left side. I'll uncover mine. Okay, this is Rue Bennett from Euphoria. Zendaya herself. So for those who don't know, this is a young teen girl who is on drugs. That's scary in itself. She has broken a door down in the show. If you get her high enough, we're good. I think, I don't know, we get drugs involved, and I think she could do a lot of damage.
Also, I feel like she can do a lot of damage also with her words, because from what I know of season 2,
hey,
she
Cassie
reveals a secret. Hey, Cassie.
Hey, Cass.
A few moments later.
Oh, fuck you! Fucking run away from me, you stupid bag, you guys!
Okay, who did you choose?
I forget who I chose for this. Oh! I forgot I did this!
Gay Joe Russo!
I have Joe Russo in Endgame. For those who don't know, in Avengers Endgame, one of the directors, Joe Russo, played a character where he talked about going on a date with a man, which would be fine, but in regular Disney and Marvel fashion, they're like, guys, this is our first queer character.
First queer character talking to my canon first queer character, Steve Rogers. He isn't confirmed. Boo. Oh,
Rue's you get his
Rue.
ass.
I was gonna say you get Rue hyped up on some drugs, and
they're both in therapy together, like in a circle. And she's like, just stop talking about your date.
Sing Rue.
Oh, 100%.
Okay, I'll add her to the.
Hi, Zendaya. You're so pretty.
I have Harley Quinn from the DCEU. Just another person that's just like mentally unstable and willing to just literally murder. So no weapons involved. I still think she could kick some butt.
Oh,
so
100%.
I feel like she speaks for herself. I don't really think I have to defend her much.
No, you don't. All I have to say is Birds of Prey. You deserved better.
I did pick a picture from Birds of Prey, so.
I know, that's why I was like, Birds of Prey.
Who did you choose?
I don't know. I chose Vi from Arcane. For those who don't know, Vi is from the TV show Arcane. That is based off League of Legends, but most people don't consider it a part of League of Legends because Arcane is good and League of Legends is League of Legends. She's a fighter. She's a lesbian. I think this is a solid matchup. Like, not
That's
like
what I was
the
gonna
last
say.
one. I think these two, this would be a cool fight to see.
They're just like in a ring going at it.
And Vi does that a lot in the series. She does do a lot of fist fighting.
Yeah, you're more inclined. I haven't watched Arcane, so.
However, I will say I think Harley Quinn is one of those characters that I think she's good at kind of not manipulating people, but kind of being like using her kind of like weirdness to her advantage. And Vi is very quick to act and get angry.
Okay.
So,
and I think Harley likes that. If
yes,
we've seen her matchups
so
with Batman, and she likes to get him angry. So we're saying Harley Quinn. Next, Oberyn Martell, played by Pedro Pascal, bisexual king from Game of Thrones.
No, this is so good. This is such a great thing to learn, because I was like, while I was trying to find queer characters, I was like, has Pedro Pascal ever played a queer character?
He has,
and
yes.
I was like, oh, yeah, maybe this is what will convince me to finally finish reading Game of Thrones and then actually watch the TV show.
I only made it to I'm not a big like that section of like fantasy person. Like I know this is like horrible to say, but I'm not like a Lord of the Rings person or anything like that. Like, fantasy sort of situation. So I did want to make it to him though. So I made it up until he, spoiler alert, died. So I made it until he died, and then I stopped watching the show. So Oberyn Martell, he is a fighter.
Okay.
But he did die in a fight in the show. But it was a man who could squished his eyes out of his head. So if we're going, and we're also going with no weapons, and I'm pretty sure he was like a swordsman in the show. So I don't know how he would match up against somebody if he didn't have swords.
I chose Dina from Fear Street. So a young teenage girl fighting Pedro Pascal.
She has a witch on her side though.
That's the thing, is that I'm thinking about the fight between her and the spoiler alert, police officer. I think if her girlfriend's life was on the line, she would like fight like hell.
Sorry, I picked a bunch of fighters.
Did what I should have done.
I had a tough time. I had a really tough time, but then I was like, I thought about it because I was like, I kind of like gave up after like an hour, and I was like, whatever. I saw Pedro Pascal at it, and I was like, Oberyn Martell, he is queer.
Okay, we're going for Pedro Pascal. I've already accepted the fate of
He
Dina.
Also looks great in Game of Thrones.
I love that outfit.
Oh my gosh,
Such
he
nice.
wears the best outfits in Game of Thrones. It's crazy. Stevani is non-binary. Stevani is the mashup of Steve and Connie. It's their fusion in Steven Universe. No powers involved, so that is severely gonna. That's pretty rough for Stevani. Connie was trained, and Steven was trained, depending on how old they are. I don't know. I feel like they give a fair fight. They're also children. I feel like I have to do a Steven Universe character, at least one, because they're all queer in some capacities.
And we love to see it.
Who did you choose?
Okay, I love doing these videos because you're always like, who did you choose? And I'm like, I forgot. Even though I did this like an hour ago.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
Oh, I chose Emerald from Nope.
Oh my god. Ooh, this is a good matchup here.
I forget why I was thinking of Nope, but I was like, ooh, Emerald would be really good on here because she fought off a giant alien.
That's true. They both technically have fought off giant aliens. Isn't that funny?
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Now that I think about it, literally, they both have fought off giant aliens. No weapons. Stevani has a sword usually. I guess they both are little kids technically, but since they're matched together, they look older.
Okay.
I will say, if we're talking like Stevani like seasons like 1 and 2, then it's like, or they get out of sync and then can like fall apart and be Connie and Steven again like that if they're like not synchronized.
Okay.
And then they have to do a fusion dance to fuse back together mid-fight if that happens. So,
oh my god, that'd be so funny because I feel like if they do a dance, I feel like Emerald would join in.
yeah, I feel like they wouldn't want to fight each other. I'm going to give this to Emerald because I think Stevani, if we're talking like for most of the series of Steven Universe, they're very like unstable together because they haven't like figured out how to work together fully. If we're going no weapons, then it's just I think they might panic and unsync.
Yeah.
And then they'll just explode into two children. And then have to take the time to be at peace and do a fusion dance together mid-fight.
Harry Bright from Mamma Mia.
I actually don't remember who I chose. Do you have defense? Do you have a defense for Harry?
He can dance.
Maybe you can defend after I show mine. Actually, don't remember. Oh, Titus Andromedon from Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
I love this.
This is actually kind of seems like a fair fight, to be completely honest.
No, exactly.
Yeah, they both can dance.
Yeah, maybe it's a dance off for them.
It's a dance off. What's coming to mind for me is when Titus redid the entire Beyonce.
Yep.
Yeah, what are we thinking? Honestly,
I think Titus would win a dance break.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And if we're going with the fight, I also think that Titus would win. Titus lives in like a very dangerous like part of town.
For context, before I reveal this, I was going through Wikipedia and they would give me sources if a character was confirmed to be some sort of sexuality. And I saw this one and I was like, you know what? For the bits, I'm just going to put it here. Perry the Platypus. The creator confirmed that he was asexual.
That's amazing.
In 2023.
That's amazing. Wait, that's amazing. Oh, and Perry can fight. I don't even remember he fights Dr. Doofenshmirtz every episode. With no weapons.
Imagine if he was fighting Pedro Pascal's character in Game of Thrones.
Perry the Platypus can beat anybody on this.
Who did you choose? Oh my god! This is a team up of a lifetime.
Patrick from Challenger. Bisexual king.
Icon, legend.
Yeah, Perry is kicking his butt, but I couldn't.
No, you did
not. When I thought of that, I was like, he has to. It's like, oh, I'm fighting a platypus, and then Perry puts the hat on, and he's like, Perry the platypus. Yeah, Perry's taking it.
Sorry, Josh O'Connor.
We love you.
We love you, but Perry would win. Review. Oh, I chose Lou from Love Lies Bleeding.
Wow. Our Reddit thing, I almost chose Love Lies Bleeding for our Reddit video that you should go watch.
That would have been so good.
I know. I couldn't figure out whose perspective I wanted it to be on, and we were like on a time crunch, and I was like, I just need to pick something else.
I was originally like, should I do Katie O'Brien's character? But I'm like, if anyone goes into a fight with her, they're gonna automatically win. So I was kind of like, I'm gonna choose the pathetic one instead.
I'm gonna choose
no offense to Kristen Stewart. That's your character in this movie, and I love you for it.
Okay. Santana Lopez from Glee.
Oh, Santana's beating her ass.
She is from Lima Heights. She's Lima Heights adjacent. But yeah, she just get into fights. It is her fight with Quinn. And Brittany standing there going, stop the violence.
Stop the violence.
I have to pick someone from Glee. And I was like, Santana would have the best.
Yeah.
This fight would be interesting, though. I do remember the last person that I chose.
Oh, I think I did too, but because this is the last one I had. The one I chose was Tom Ripley from The Talented Mr. Ripley.
Wow, you know, the video that you all should go watch. Loki. A battle of wits, these two. Both such good manipulators.
Oh my god, you're so...
Right? That would be crazy. If we're going just they're in a ring, Loki's unfortunately taking it, but if we're going with just like a battle of just like being manipulative, man, they're a pretty good matchup, these two.
Get them in a room together.
Write a fan fiction about these two, someone out there.
Please.
That's actually like a pretty good match. One just with the fighting rules, then it's got to be Loki. He was trained.
Yeah, and Tom is Tom.
He was kind of a coward when he was a coward when Dickie tried to fight him and didn't have his back turned.
I think while I was editing the video, I realized he only kills people with objects. Like he never,
and when they're
really
turned away,
kills them. Yes,
except for Gwyneth Paltrow, who he tried to kill just straight up.
Yeah, but she survived because of our love for her.
Loki.
Yeah.
This is our doomsday. This video concept is our doomsday. Rue versus Harley Quinn. I mean, Harley is taking it, but I mean, they both of them on drugs though. She's taking it. I mean, love you, Rue, but you are getting beaten.
Yeah, I think Rue would pick up a well fight, but I think at the end it's gonna be Harley.
I think Rue is gonna go for it, but at the end of the day, it is Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, next we have this matchup is crazy.
This is insane.
Oberyn and Emerald. This is crazy because I feel like they would just like to talk. I feel like no fighting would go on. I feel like they'd just have a chat.
No, yeah.
I feel like Oberyn wouldn't want to hurt her, knowing what I know about him.
Yeah, and I also think though Emerald is a person that if put, she's like very much she's survival instincts, especially after the events of Nope. So I think she would feel bad about it, but I still think she would do it if it came
I think if it came down to it, I think he would fight, but I just don't think he would hurt her. I think he'd try to like subdue her in a way that it's not injuring her.
I think Oberyn would.
I think he wouldn't hurt her though.
Sorry, Emerald. Yeah, I think he would just push her to the ground and just be like, got her.
We have Titus and Perry the Platypus. I mean, Perry's taking it, but
we already decided.
Yeah, Perry's taking it, but Titus, I think that he would have fun. He could write a really good song about it later.
I was just about to say, I think it'd be really funny if he made a song about being beaten up by a platypus.
Oh, he would, and he would perform it at the next fight.
He's our halftime show.
Oh my gosh, he would love that. Santana Lopez versus Loki. This is an interesting fight.
So badly.
Yes, this is an interesting fight. I think they would love each other. They would be such good friends. Oh my gosh. I need a fan fiction of them just like being friends and hanging out.
Yeah, what I need. Someone just needs to edit Loki into Glee. And like every time Santana says something, he just like also comes up with a thing to make fun of that person.
Yes, they would be best friends. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Santana would put up a very good fight. Santana would fight till the end.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Loki's taking it.
However. Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Santana.
It's okay, Santana.
You guys can gossip after.
You guys can be friends after the fight.
Yeah, they would like talk crap about everybody here. Oh, this is a good fight. Harley Quinn versus Oberyn Martell. That's sick. That's pretty sick. Have they ever been in a movie together?
No, I was thinking about that while we were doing like when we chose both of them. I was like, oh, have they ever been in a movie together? I don't think so.
That'd be a pretty. I would like to see that.
Together.
Get them in a movie together ASAP.
Yeah. ASAP.
For some reason, my gut is saying Harley.
Me too, because I mean, I was gonna ask you, what is like, Oberyn's kind of like, does he get easily irritated or anything?
No, I do think he would love her, but I think he would flirt with her.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
PEDRO PASCAL.
I think she's taking it though. I do think that she would like the flirting though.
Yeah, I think she would welcome it with open arms and then use it to her advantage.
Congratulations. You've made it to the finals. Platypus versus Loki.
Hey, Loki.
Gods of Chaos.
I'm really sorry.
Man. We have an asexual king and a pansexual king. Perry the Platypus would hate Loki, but Loki would love Perry the Platypus.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I'm trying to...
This is a crazy mashup because I don't even know how this fight would go. They're both trained to fight without like anything. So I'm like, how would this go?
Yeah.
And I think Perry would just be like, I dislike this man, even though he doesn't speak. He would be annoyed. If you think about it, Dr. Doofenshmirtz is kind of a variant of Loki.
I was gonna say
Perry's taking it.
I think so too.
Finale? I know. I don't even know who we could pick.
I think Perry has met his match. I
was gonna say, I think because she is very like, I think she would really get on his nerves. She would try to get him mad. I think Harley is taking it. Wow. Harley Quinn is the winner of Queer Fight Club 2025.
This is our food battle.
This wow, man.
So this is how we convince them to bring back Margot Robbie for the DCEU.
Yes, we're like, hey,
that she won.
Look at this.
Queer Fight Club.
Look at this Fight Club tournament flow chart we have going on. James Gunn, look at what we made.
Look at this photograph.
Why is the platypus on there? And then we put a hat on him. Why is Perry the platypus? I'm gonna make that joke every time.
And you're allowed to because it's funny as hell.
Okay. Wow, we did it. I like our picks.
I like our picks too.
Yeah. I would like to see who you guys pick. Who do you guys think would win? Do you guys agree with us? Do you disagree with us? You can tell us how wrong we are. You can tell us how right we are in the comments below. You can also go tell us over on Discord, as well as our other socials, which they're all linked down below. Well, that has been Queer Fight Club. Subscribe. Hide and subscribe.
Happy Pride and subscribe.
We've been Silver Screeners. Please take care of yourselves. And have a good one. Goodbye.